Imagine boosting your focus, motivation, and sense of reward by 250% without drugs, scrolling through your phone endlessly, or escaping through junk food. But here's the catch. It takes work. I like to call it earning your dopamine. It has a large role to play in living a more meaningful, fulfilling, purpose-driven life. In this video, I'll show you what earned dopamine is, and cheap dopamine, and why it's so powerful, and how to avoid unearned dopamine that's making you sick. Hey everyone, I'm Matt Chenard, business and leadership coach / consultant. And if you follow me on social media, you've probably heard me say the words earn your dopamine before. What does it mean? Why is it important to you? But shortly, I'll get into the video though. It's a different way of living. It's a way of doing things that are purposeful, doing things that make you healthier, doing things that bring you more joy and make you happier as a byproduct. I want to preface this by saying I'm not a neurologist. I'm not a scientist. These are from my own observations, studying myself, experimenting on myself. Anything in this video, try at your own risk. I'm not a physician. Let's get into it. Dopamine is often called the motivation molecule. What it does is it connects you to things that could be beneficial to you. If you walk to a stream, you're lost in the wilderness, you find a stream, it gives you this dopamine hit. Like if you needed water, you get a dopamine hit because you want to know how to find this again. When you finish a project, when you do things over and over, when something beneficial happens with your body, and again, I'm not a neurologist, but it gives you this focus, it gives you this reward when you do something that could be beneficial to you. Now, we live in a day and age where social media is all around us. Cheap dopamine is all around us. Convenience is all around us. Because too much comfort, too much convenience is actually really dangerous. It's making people sick. I believe it's Michael Easter. I'll give him a shout out. Read his book, The Comfort Crisis. It was one of the most eye-opening books to me. And the importance of pursuing things of meaning, getting outside of your comfort zone, challenging yourself mentally, physically, spiritually, every once in a while. This leads to a more meaningful, purposeful, and more joy-filled life oftentimes, to challenge yourself. So put shortly, dopamine is basically saying, good job with that thing, keep going. So when I talk about earned dopamine, I talk about something that has friction in front of it. So I do cold exposures. I've done over 2,500 cold exposure sessions over the past 8 years, I think it is. And there is friction every single time I want to get in the cold tub. I don't like to do it. No matter what you think, no matter how many times I've done it, no matter what my reaction shows on social media, I still feel the cold. I dislike it. I'd rather sleep in. And there is a friction to me getting in that cold. And there's a 250% increase in dopamine once I overcome that friction, once I decide to step into that cold tub. And that's what I mean when there's a friction in front of it. It's not easy to attain. Now, contrast that with something like scrolling through your phone. Every time you scroll through your phone, you're checking off a box, you're checking off a project. You're getting this small dopamine hit. And it spikes quickly, but drops fast as well. It's like a drug. There are experts, there's scientists working on things to make your phone more addicting, as an example. Again, scientists working with food to make it more addicting, because food is another source of dopamine. And I even think that gossiping gives you dopamine. So all these things that could lead to sickness relationally, physically, mentally, spiritually, and relationally have some dopamine associated with them, I believe. And that's what is called cheap dopamine. These things that are easy to attain at your fingertips in a lot of places in the world, not everywhere. And they give you this really quick hit. You have to keep coming back to it. So think of it like climbing a mountain and getting to the top and seeing this beautiful view. That's some earned dopamine. It's a drive to complete tasks, to do things that are beneficial to you and your community and your family. So then unearned dopamine again is like scrolling through your phone. It's okay to do every once in a while, but if you continue to do it, it's going to make you sick. So then what are some examples of earning your dopamine? I think going for a walk, starting a project, pursuing a business dream. Some of these take a longer time to pursue, but there's going to be micro. So if you think a macro idea of building a business, there's micro pieces of starting a project, working with teammates. Those all give you earned dopamine. It could be preparing food, taking time to prepare food instead of just picking up garbage off the shelf. It could be spending time in devotion, in prayer. Those things can give you dopamine too. But there is some resistance to that, right? Being silent Being alone is uncomfortable. Scrolling through your phone and escaping through your phone or binge watching Netflix as an example is more rewarding. I talked about this in another video, and this is probably the best way I can think about it is when I read a book, when I do cold exposure, when I'm in deep, meaningful conversation, when I work out, that's another earned dopamine activity. I can't do it all day long. I feel full. I feel satiated. It's a nutrient-dense, what I call activity. Now, if I scroll through my phone for a long period of time, binge watch Netflix, do all these other things that would be associated with unearned dopamine, I can do it for a long time, but I feel empty. I feel gross after. It's like junk food. It doesn't have a lot of nutrients, but a lot of calories. Studies show that you get a 250% increase in an earned dopamine activity like cold exposure that lasts for hours, that progresses for hours. Compare that to drugs, cocaine actually. Same kind of dopamine increase, but it spikes and falls quickly. So you want to be doing the things that give you this dopamine, but have friction in front of it. When I get in the ice tub, everything inside of me screams, get out. My breathing gets heavier. I want to get out of the ice tub, but afterwards, I feel so good. Same thing with working out, getting to the gym, stretching, working out, getting to that place where you start sweating, you start fatiguing your muscles, you start stressing your muscles. That's fatiguing. Learning a new skill in your business, learning how to create content, learning how to create YouTube videos, learning how to have conversations, difficult conversations as a leader. There's friction. It's difficult, but it's so rewarding and life-giving after. And that's the difference between unearned dopamine and earned dopamine. And as you do more earned dopamine activities, you start to transform as a person. It's refining you. It's growing you. And I do think that we are built to pursue these things. And it's not wrong to go on your phone sometimes. It's not wrong to enjoy some treats with your friends. It's not wrong to watch TV. But when we do it for too long and we become addicted to it, we get trapped in this cycle. So you should start to pursue things, even if it's just one cold shower a day. Start to work on that business. Start to work on that project. Reach out to someone instead of gossiping about someone. Reach out to someone and share a kind word with them. Start moving towards the lifestyle of earned dopamine. And I have a new slogan I'm going to start using. It's a new degree of living, playing on this whole cold exposure aspect. Live to this new degree. Change 1 degree at a time for your life to be drastically different years from now. This video resonated with you? Let me know in the comments your biggest takeaway. What are you committing to in earning your dopamine after watching this video? If it was beneficial, please subscribe so you get more of my videos. Hit that little bell, share it with a friend, send me an email if you want to connect more. Happy to connect. I appreciate you being here. And there's some more videos that are recommended at the end of this video if you want to learn more about me, my story, and how I might be able to help you. Until next time, earned your dopamine.